The moment I stopped fighting AI, my business transformed. I used to think AI felt like cheating or taking a shortcut. I wanted to do everything myself, even though I had seen other people use it and talk about it. I wasn't convinced that it could help me with my voice. I thought it would strip away everything that made my content uniquely me. I was spending way too much time. For instance, there was this weekly project I was working on, and I spent over 4 hours every week trying to pull information together and craft the perfect post and progress update. AI and the way I've learned how to use it now allows me to sound more like myself because I learned how to use ChatGPT very specifically. But let me take you back to where I was some months ago. There I was staring at this blank page. It was late. Everybody in my family had gone to bed. I still had a project that was due. It was content that made me excited to share. Content that came from me and my voice, and I was proud to share it. I knew that content creation was a part of my zone of genius. It's how I build authority. It's how I attract other people. It's what I use to spread all of the amazing joy and strategy with other people and those people that I coach. This particular day, though, instead of enjoying the process, I was actually dreading it because I knew I had been working on this project for weeks and I knew it would take me 4 hours. And I wanted to be more energized about it and not feel that level of dread. Every single post and every single thing that I was writing just felt heavy. It made me feel heavier. I was excited to create the content, but staring at the blank sheet of paper, yes, I still write things, and staring at the screen, the blank screen, took a lot of energy. I did try ChatGPT like others were suggesting, and what I was getting from it felt flat and uninteresting. So it's like I had to trade one problem for another. One problem was 4 hours of pulling all of the information together that I needed and writing it in a way that makes sense. And then the other was using ChatGPT and getting results out that didn't sound anything like me. I just had to rewrite them anyway. So why even use ChatGPT? If you're nodding along with this and you're thinking, yeah, I have some days like that. I have days where neither of those choices look like they make sense for me, then keep listening. Most entrepreneurs are trapped in this exact cycle. Either they're burning out because they're trying to create all of this content for themselves manually, or AI, they're using it like everybody else and it's just sounding so flat it doesn't even look like and sound like themselves. Here was my breakthrough moment. I had to really think about where content lives for me. Now, I do realize that I, along with other AI, ChatGPT advisors and coaches and experts, talks about prompts and they talk about templates. But what I found is there was really no prompt to get what was in here onto the page. Plus, I like to use ChatGPT not to generate content for me, but to amplify my natural thought process. And I began to think about what if there was a way I could capture my thoughts in such a way that it was natural and it kept me in my flow of thought. What if I can use ChatGPT not as a prompt to create the content, but actually find a technology to help me get all of the thoughts out of my head, and then have ChatGPT help me organize and refine those ideas while keeping the authenticity of what I was trying to do. That's really when everything changed for me. I discovered one of the most powerful AI content creation workflow tips that I just wanted to tell you about. And it has nothing to do with fancy tools or having expert knowledge. It's about working with your brain instead of against it. And before you think this requires some fancy technical expertise and you need to be this software engineer or buy this expensive software, I want to tell you that's not what this process really is. What I'm going to share with you works whether you're tech savvy or still figuring out how to use voice memo on your phone. Here's the game changer for me. I stopped trying to write the content and I started speaking it instead. Think about it. Where do your best ideas come from? Maybe when you're talking to a friend or explaining what you're passionate about. Maybe it's while you're walking in nature, or when you're getting ready to lie down for the night and those ideas of yours pop in your head. Or it could be when you're having that perfect conversation with your client. There is this natural flow that happens. And I started capturing this natural flow using a tool called Otter AI. Now, I'm going to link to it in the comments below where you can get a free month. But let me tell you what the beauty of using Otter AI did for me. I was able to open the app on my phone, press record, and have it not only record me, but type out what I was saying. It transcribes my voice perfectly. The key insight here is that your voice contains all of this emotion, personality, and authenticity that gets lost when you're trying to type out or staring at this blank page. Oftentimes, your natural speech patterns and your unique way of explaining things and personal stories are all part of what comes out when you speak to somebody about it. These are your content gold mines. Here's what it looks like in practice. Instead of staring at a blank page or cursor for 20 minutes trying to make yourself get started, why don't you tap open Otter AI and give it a try? Tap it on your phone. Walk around your house and just talk. Open up the app and just talk to it. You can get a lot of content out of 3 to 5 minutes of just speaking about your ideas. If you have a hard time recording yourself or hearing your voice, pretend you're speaking to somebody, explain a concept. Or when you're with a friend and you want to explain a content, ask the friend if they don't mind you turning on your Otter AI app and press record and record yourself explaining something to them that you're excited about. There's a lot of magic that happens when you are able to capture your ideas in the flow. This is because it is the secret weapon. I take that raw material from Otter AI and I feed it into ChatGPT. But it's not in the way that you may be thinking. It is not about me saying to ChatGPT, make my content better. I love the content that flows naturally from me because it's mine. It maintains my personality. I use AI as an organizational partner. I could ask it to identify the key themes in my rambling. I could ask it to pull out my strongest metaphors, organize my scattered thoughts into a logical flow. This helps me to read my own words and see what I actually said typed out for me. AI doesn't change my voice. It reveals a structure and some items hidden in my natural speaking pattern. Here's the beautiful part. Remember those 3 and 4 hour content sessions I told you about? Most of that time was spent with me trying to organize my thoughts, competing thoughts rolling around in my head. I also spent a lot of time trying to find the right words. When I'm creating content manually, I'm creating and editing at the same time in my head. I'm hitting the backspace button and I want it to be organized in a way that makes sense not only to me, but to others. But when you speak naturally, the right words are already there. You're in your flow. They don't need to be arranged. You're flowing. But the themes that are there, the insights that are there, the strategic nature of what you're saying, or even asking ChatGPT to edit for you. It's a beautiful way to use ChatGPT with your natural flow. It takes your authentic ideas and it presents them in a way that allows you to resonate with your audience, because your audience really appreciate who you are. They follow you because of the advice that you have. Your personality stays intact. Your message stays powerful. But ChatGPT, using it alongside of your own thoughts, helps you structure it for maximum impact. The first time I used this method, it felt like a weight lifted off me. I kept wondering, why didn't I try this earlier? The content was good, but trying to get it perfectly organized myself took hours. Now it takes 20 to 30 minutes. For the first time in months, I felt exhilarated and not exhausted. I actually look forward to creating content again because it's just me and my flow. And I would capture so many ideas. The multiplication effect of being able to do it this way was incredible. 20 minutes instead of 3 hours. This means I could create more content, serve more people, go to bed a little earlier. I wasn't wrestling with content anymore. It just flew out of me. Anytime I would have an idea, I would open up the app and start talking. When content creation becomes efficient and energizing for you, you start to show up differently to yourself and to your audience, to the clients you serve. Your message is clearer because you're not overwhelmed trying to pull it all together all the time for your next content piece. Your impact multiplies because you now have the mental space to truly serve those you are called to serve. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but doesn't using AI make my content less authentic? This is the biggest misconception in content creation today. AI doesn't replace your authenticity. You show up and you're 100% yourself. In fact, the way I like to talk to clients about their AI implementation and integration into their processes, often it's about finding ways to remain human in this AI world and defining for themselves what they will allow AI to do for them and what they will keep 100% human. Think about it this way. When you're exhausted from hours trying to create the perfect post, the perfect proposal, and everything that you're stressed about, when you're stressed about those deadlines and the overwhelm by your content calendar, begin to put things off. It's not really your best self that's showing up. The truth is, this workflow allows your authentic self to shine and show up and go with the flow because you're starting with your natural voice, your real thoughts, the authentic you. And then AI helps you organize those thoughts in a way that makes sense to your audience, that your audience can easily digest and act on. Your voice stays intact. Your unique personality, perspective, and voice show up. It will show up in your flow and it will show up in your transcript. You can read it, organize it, ask it to put it in bullet form. You can ask it to structure it based on your themes. And you can actually see all of the different ideas that came from your natural flowing self. AI becomes your behind the scenes assistant and support system. It's not taking front and center. It's not taking your voice from you. And it's not cheating. It's finally working the way your brain works. So to make this workflow possible, I use Otter AI for the voice recording. And then I use ChatGPT to help me think and weed through and organize what I've said by bullets, by themes, by paragraph. It doesn't just record your voice. It transcribes in real time with incredible accuracy. You see your words appearing as you speak, and it helps you to stay focused. You can watch it as it's transcribing your thoughts, and that in itself is incredible. If that's something that helps you think. For me, it was about staying in the flow, not paying attention to what I'm saying, and then using ChatGPT to organize that content. If you want this tool and Otter AI, then you can look below and there's a link that allows you to get it for free for 1 month. Take it for a spin. Try this strategy out. If this appeals to you and if what I'm talking about with AI, in each of my videos, I invite you to subscribe. hit that subscribe button because I share AI tips, workflows, and mindsets every week for women entrepreneurs who want to work smarter, not harder. And I genuinely want to know from you, what is your biggest content creation struggle right now? Drop it in the comments. Is it finding the time? Is it staying authentic? Is it about fighting your perfectionist ways? Or is it something else entirely different that we did not discuss? I read every comment and I value and treasure them. Remember, in the description you'll find the Otter AI discount code that allows you to try it for free for a full month. Your content creation breakthrough is closer than you think. This isn't about becoming someone else. It is not about using ChatGPT to sound robotic. Having a system that works with your brain and with your natural flow and allows you to just flow and create content that comes directly from you. This has been such a pleasure talking to you about this. And I can't wait to meet you right here next time in the next video. Remember, your role with AI is to continue showing up as the beautiful, unique human that you are. AI's role is simply to amplify you and amplify those aspects of you that you make the decision it will have access to. There will be pieces of you that you will never give access to ChatGPT. Go and be great. Thank you.